my guns on, so when I reach the other side, I can show what it feels like to die. Bury me with my guns on, so when I'm cast out of the sky, I can shoot the devil right between the eyes. Bury me with my guns on, so when I reach the other side, I can show him what it feels like to die. Bury me with my guns on, so when I'm cast out of the sky, I can shoot the devil right between the eyes.
What's up, guys? Got a Dinghy here, and today I'll be taking a look at the 120mm and the 130mm gun for the AMX M454. So we find ourselves on Siegfried Line. This is with the 120mm gun, and on this battle I'm using obviously food, coated optics, rammer, and stabilizer for my equipment. This is, I believe, the second battle I've ever played in this, so I know the armor's good already just by reputation. The gun is pretty good. A lot of people tend to like the 120 over the 130, but I don't really know the full extent of the gun depression quite yet. Now here in a second I'm gonna get lit. Not really worried about it, especially when even though I'm targeted, because it's so early in the match. Half my team is right next to me and the other half is down the field, as you can see on the screen. So if anyone wants to shoot me, it's gonna be pretty bad for them. I originally wanted to go south. I really like the south side if we're attacking on assault for Siegfried Line, but instead I am going to go up here in the middle and just see what I can feel out to start with. Just testing the limits of the gun depression right here. Excuse me. As I rock forward and back. I notice that I got a couple heavies over here on the side. They're not expecting me, so I can easily put a shot into them and actually take out the turret ring completely on that 54. But the Conqueror looked like he was looking at me. So I'm going to try and bait a shot a little bit and then hopefully hit underneath the gun, which is where a weak spot is for. The 277 takes a snapshot at me, but the armor holds up and we end up bouncing it. So now I'm reloaded. Looking at the E50, looks like he wanted to try and poke me a little bit. Trying to find a shot. Timing is way off because of the car. Didn't really show me a silhouette until it was too late. Well, with our decent reload of 8.8, not too worried about missed shots on this tank. You do actually carry 40 rounds as opposed to the 30 rounds on the 130mm. I think that hit the cupola. I was actually trying to hit the side of the turret right behind where the gun is. That's where it's weakest at that angle, even with the space armor. So I'm just gonna focus on this Super Conk right now. Try and hit the turret again. RNG is gonna troll me just a little bit in this part of the battle. I do have some easy shots on him while I'm loaded, but a few of them will derp the ground even with the .35 accuracy that this gets. Although the aim time is really nice. I do love the aim time of 1.8 seconds space. We're gonna finally, hopefully, put one into him. There we go. Nice roll too, of 460. So I'm just still looking for shots. As I'm reloading, right after I fire, you'll see me check the middle, just to make sure that no one is going to be poking me. Does not look like anyone will, because they're all busy on the outside of the town, north and south of me. Super Conk finally goes down. It took much longer than it should have, but he's down anyway. So now it's time for that E50 again. I'm going to quickly aim in for his tracks. There we go. He is behind the building and he does repair. So I'm not really going to try and track him anymore. Just do some damage. Because if he's tracked, no one has a line of sight to really shoot at him. So he falls back, and now I'm looking at the 277 and hopefully get a sneaky shot right around the corner, but he goes down. Double check to see if I have a shot on the machine. I don't. It's 54. I have one. Just auto lock and fire on the move. I need to get to the other side as quickly as I can. Now the E50 gets relit. He's up there. I'm going to bully him a little bit. I did not actually think I would do some ram damage and crush damage right there. I thought I would just scare him off. But we did anyways. I'll take it. Then we put one into the side. Trying to track him. Didn't really do it. And now we focus on the TD. That is all about his lonesome. And I will do some poor gameplay. It turns out to not really affect the match at all. And I just kind of went with it. So I've got AP loaded as my first shot for the Waffle. He does have the two heavies on the north side of him, but they're really not doing too much damage to me, and I know I can kill him before they can get me. Now I face hug him because I don't want him shooting my underplate. But we got HE loaded, so he'll go down and 2 more shots. And I'm shoving him backwards, so the 2 heavies on G line can also get some shots into him. He tries to do something, which is what he should do, but he bounces, of course, with the good turret armor we have. And by now the 2 heavies are dead, leaving just the last E4 to die. Look for a shot, didn't really have it, and that's game. 3,700 damage. I blocked 2,650, and I had 2,000 assistance, almost 2,100. Not too bad. And for the silver, it's just a casual 30,000. Ignore the 11,000 experience. Those were with some ops I had running at the time. And we got 1 kill as well, with only a second class. Now the battles I picked, I didn't want, high damage battles. I wanted about what I typically would see. And after playing a few more battles with the 120, this battle is a good representation of about what I do in it. Now for the next battle, I also wanted to get about the same results. I did have one at 40s, almost 4,600 damage, but it didn't really block that much. And it was on Berlin. So I went with my other battle, which is almost exactly the same results with just 3 more kills to it. So now we are in a standard battle on Fjords. And I am going to go somewhere I usually don't go. But again, I want to test the armor and the gun depression and everything, because this is a tall tank for 8 degrees of gun depression, so it does actually feel quite different than what I'm used to, which is basically just mediums. So I'm asking for help on the A line, because that area protects the people who go middle. If you lose the north, middle falls. If you lose the south, middle falls. Although the middle is the primary engagement area that you should go to. Now, I am a little worried that no one is really coming to help me, but I just wanted to see how the tank would do anyways. So I'm going to use the ridge right in front of me. That's pretty much where I'll be. It kind of flattens out a bit, still has a little bit of an incline, so I can make use of that gun depression. Conway rolls around the corner, line up a shot on the turret, and deal 526. Now keep in mind this is 130, which deals 560, so that is a little bit of a low roll. I believe the penetration for the AP is 250, and the 120 has like 264, 268, so somewhere around there. It's 260 something. So it's much more peasant ammo friendly, as they like to say on the PC. But 250 is still enough for most weak spots on tanks. This E100 that is behind the 103 pretty soon. There he is. He will be a little bit of an issue with the 250 pen, especially the way he angles. Now the IS-7, you may have noticed, up on top of the mountain. Well, not on top, but up on that ledge. is trying to shoot the 705 that is now approaching me, or he will be shooting the 705. Now, I understand why he went up there. As an IS-7, there is a much better way to play the game than to go up on a hill where mediums and lights will be more effective for spotting purposes. Now, if he had gone further to the left past the rock that you see right now and used just the landscape to hide his weak areas, he could have easily beat up on that 705 that's to my left. But instead, he's on top, and for some reason, can't aim very well. Neither can I, apparently, with the U100. He will not actually be doing that much damage to the 705, which I assumed he would be pending most of his shots at that angle. But we'll get to that later on. Now, I'm lining up a shot on the E100's bar, I guess, is how you would call it. I did aim too low on that last shot, and I actually hit the top of the turret rather than the bar. And I'm just checking this IS-7 to see if he's going to be going for me, and I am sticking close to that ledge just to minimize the chance of him actually being able to. And I checked the health of the 705. He really just only taken one hit, is what it looked like. And the U100 pokes around again. I'm trying to keep him tracked while penning, because at that angle he's coming out at, he can easily get penned if I hit my shots right. And I just want to check the 103 and the IS-7. There we go. There's a track and pen. Just to make sure that when I fire, they don't do something crazy like most people like to do. Well, the U100 is still a little bit of an issue, so I'm just pretending to look like I'm going to shoot them to kind of bait out the U100, and also to look at them to keep them from poking on me. Now, the light comes around the corner. That's my opportunity. I kind of drive poorly there, but he misses. Line up a shot, and I pull a clone guy, completely missing the tank, but he does anyways. Leaving just the IS-7, which I am going to primarily just try and track, because at that position he is very easily able to be penned by my team, which still apparently has trouble penning him. So we're just going to keep him tracked, and I'm going to wait until he is in one-shot territory for the 130, so below 550, and then I'll get the kill on him. So I'm just going to farm the assistance off this, just for the experience. And there we go. I almost shoot the tracks, but then I realized his hit points. And we get the final kill, leaving me at 3,100 damage, 27, almost 2,800 blocked, and 1,000 assistance. Silver earned is only 17 because I did dip into those premium rounds kind of early. If you may have noticed, I only had 10 AP loaded. Don't really remember why. I think it was because the pen on the premium rounds is just over the pen for the standard rounds for the 120mm. So I wanted to, I guess, to have more damage. I don't remember, to be honest. But that is two pretty normal battles that I typically see. Now, as to which gun I think is better, it really depends. On the second battle, I did not have optics. Instead, I dropped that for vents to maximize the DPM. And if you use optics on the 120 and vents on the 130, your DPM difference is, if I remember right, 82. That's right. 82 DPM difference between the two with those two equipment setups. So it really just boils down to what the individual player likes better. You can get the same amount of damage out in the same amount of time, over time, that is. One of them just does more damage than the other. One of them has a faster reload than the other. That's really the only difference. Aim time wise, 2.3 seconds on the 130. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Accuracy, effectively, you're not going to notice much because the whole RNG plays a factor. It's a 0.02 difference, if you guys are wondering. But you really just play them both. See what you like. That's what I'm going to do. Sometimes I feel like playing the 120. Sometimes I feel like doing the 130. So, I'm Gonna Dingy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Clone Guy 72 and Space Bandit on their YouTube channels, and you can also check me out live on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.